what we got here. Let's see. Opening a new file, centimeters. Say I want my board to be 156. Let's go 35 wide. Let's go, doesn't really matter. All right. Boom. Window, workspace, Essential Classic, nice. Document setup. Looks good there. Let's just go edit artboards. And let's duplicate artboards. And you know what? Let me go with document setup, edit artboard, and let's just move this a little bit spaced out in between. Okay. All right. So in designing the board shape, go on the internet, grab a copy of an internet image of a board. For layer one, I'm gonna paste it on here. So I just pasted it. And let's size it up. Holding shift, putting the board on the page. All right, locking that, making a new layer. All right, let's see here what I gotta do. Converting the shape. Command R, this is helpful if you want. Try to find the center of the board and roughly pick that. And then start your pen tool. If you have to zoom in on that area. Click once, click and drag. Click and drag. Click and drag. And in this case, click and drag. Click and drag. I'm going to end it here. What I'm going to do is finish this off other end. So let me just use my scroll. So I'm just scrolling and then finish the shape. So make sure you finish the shape. Now, if you need to see how it looks, you could have had a outline color, up to you. Red, or you could have just swapped it and filled it color. The trick here is I click on nothingness and click the shape again. Sometimes with your pen tool you have the last shape, and when you right click and you try to transform it, it picks that one anchor point. So click on nothingness first, click on your object again with your selection tool, not direct selection, selection tool. Then you can right click and you can transform, reflect. This option of copy appears. Click and drag it across. Hold shift if you want to keep it parallel equally. And that's nice. So technically it's two shapes. And what you're going to do is select both. Oh, let me get view. Snap this off. Snap that off. And then let me go to guides and say just lock, or you can clear them at this point. You don't need it. Get rid of that line. Select both options. Both left and right. You can hold shift and click the other side, or let me get rid of this. This thing's annoying. Select both, or click one, hold shift, click the other. Anyways, because they're connected to each other, the unite option right here should merge them together. If you see the middle line gone, that's a good thing. Your board is a solid shape. Right? Now, once you have that shape, you can, at this point, hold Alt, duplicate it, throw it to the other artboard, as that would be good for your base. So this is considered, in this case, this is the cut line. This is the actual shape of the board. Now, actually, let me go back a step. Before I go any further, I can hide the base layer. You should see the size of your board. Hit the constraint button here. This is very important that you have this locked. And if I press Command A, select everything in there, and I wanted my board to be a certain size, say 152 or 156, whatever, press Enter with the constraint, it would proportionally size it up to the size of your board, okay? So again, use the transform command key here. If you don't have it, go to Window, click on Transform, and now this will pop up. This box essentially is the same thing. They kind of coexist, okay? So you pick and choose what method you want to use. Then what I would do is duplicate that. And if you need to, you can call this Command X, so cut that. And call this the bottom. And then on that artboard, Command F, and it's on, oops, Command Z. Am I on the artboard? Artboard 2, yeah. Command F. Oh, paste it over there. Anyways, weird. Just center it to the center of this artboard. So bottom, I'll just hide that for now so you don't get confused. So layer 2 is going to be the actual cut my board. And for that, all I need is the outline. Okay? Now, creating the cut outline, this is important, so I hope you're paying attention to this. Few things have to happen to tell the printer this is going to be the cut of the outline. Okay? Now, what you're going to do is go to your color options and say show options. Okay? Make the color obscure or something different, you know, something that stands out from your design, okay? And then what you're going to do is you're going to create a new swatch based on that color. It doesn't matter, right? Call the color the cut. And the most important thing is to change the color type to a spot color, okay? Once you press that, it's no longer CMYK, it's a spot color, right? And it should show up in your swatch library as a separate color, and it's called cut, okay? So on that layer, you have the cut layer, and the last thing you gotta do to this so that the printer understands that this is a special cut line, making it spot color, then you're gonna go to Window and Attributes. This box pops up, and what I would do is also give it a 3-point stroke, so it's a little bit thick, and tell the printer that this is an overprint stroke, all right? Doing that tells, there's other features here, you don't have to really worry about them, but that this is a overprint stroke. Because it's spot and it's overprint, it's different, and it's also on a special layer. This indicates to the printer that there's something special going on, and that's what the printer uses to cut its artwork, okay? Now, for the bleed, add a new layer, call it bleed. Do this now or later, but put the bleed layer below your cut, okay? The bottom of the board is just on a different artboard, that's separate, okay? So on the bleed layer, what you're gonna do is, here, I'm gonna get my cut design here. I'm gonna duplicate it, put it back here so you guys can see, and I'm gonna put center and center of the artboard on this side. Oops. This artboard, I want this to be center and center, okay? Now I'm gonna press Command Cut, and I'm gonna put it onto this layer. Now, to make sure it goes there, lock every layer, so when you paste it, and mind you, I'm pasting this using the Command F option, but in this place, yeah, put it in front. So pasting it on this artboard in front, okay? Now, technically, there should be the cut line right there as well. Now, what we need to do this bleed layer is offset the path. Right, so that shape, we're going to offset the path by going to Object, Path, Offset Path. And typically I tell students for this project, 1, leave it, everything else alone, and you should see at 1 centimeter offset, okay? This is where you're going to clip mask your artwork onto, okay? And here, I'll just change the color of this so you can see the difference, okay? Now, I don't need the original red shape, so I'm just going to delete it. And you can see that there is, actually, no, in retrospect, let me change the color of this to something more contrasting. There you go. All right. So this is going to be your bleed. This is going to be your clip mask. So this is the size of your board, and the bottom should match the cut line. It is, okay? So, and your offset path, that is what you're going to bring your artwork, copy and paste it in. All right, so Let me just grab some artwork here. Bear with me for 1 sec. All right. So say you have another Illustrator file, you copy and paste it, or you placed it in. You made it a PDF, whatever. If it's a Photoshop file, you can place it in as well. Copy and paste. You figure out which way you want to bring your artwork to your production file. So I'm going to place my image. So edit, paste, in this case, in the back. Oops, sorry. I got to press no. Let me go to the bleed area. And I'm just going to press Command V, whatever. Paste it. So here's the image. It's low res. It doesn't really matter. Send this image to the back. So arrange, send to the back. Enlarge it to, so it kind of encapsulates the size of the board. All right. Now, if you have a hard time visualizing what the artwork looks through, go back to your bleed shape, change the opacity under the opacity dialog box, and you can see roughly what it looks like. And then you can move the image on there, right? So with all my objects, and now if you have other objects, you got to group them. So if your artwork has multiple shapes, just select them, go to Object and Group. Obviously, I don't need the group because my photograph is just one. So with the shape above the image, okay, select both of them. If you marquee over top of them, or if you click the top and hold Shift and click the bottom, whatever, it works. Go to Object, Clipping Mask, and Make, Command 7. Once you do this, it should fall in that shape. So it kind of hides the rest of the artwork, okay? Now it's looking good. I have the cut line. I have a bit of bleed gap from the edge of the cut, just in case something happens with the cutting machine that cuts the board. And there you have it. That's it. Now, if you want to make some changes, click the clip mask, go to Object, Clip Mask, and there's an option to release it will expand it. So if you need to make a change, you're not happy with it, you can always go back. Now be careful when you do release, you lose the original color. The shape's still there. So I would tell students just put the color back in so you can visualize it again. It still is there. So don't get upset that you don't see it again. It's just it got rid of the fill color because you clip masked it. Make the adjustment to the position of your object below it, and then select it again. I'm gonna press Command 7 to save some time, and then it clip masks. Okay, so there you have it, guys. Obviously, I have to save this file, so let me save this on my computer. Almeida David production Word. Okay, and I'll save it as an AI file, but technically you should just do a PDF. You can save in both formats. It doesn't matter. It's reverse compatible. And select all, save. Now you're thinking, oh, do I have to put bleeds? No, because you use your own custom bleed, you don't have to use any bleeds, right? It's on the file. And that's it. Don't worry about anything else. Just save PDF, and you have 2 versions of your file.